What's up, guys, and welcome back to my channel. And if you're new here, then welcome to our little corner of the internet. Guys, something strange and pretty tragic happened a few days ago. I read on the news that there was a Colombian singer that died in a plane crash. And before his death, he told in an interview that he had dreamt 3 times that he's going to pass away in a plane crash. And then it happened, and that like shook my world, my brain. That was like, when I read that and I heard the interview and everything, how strange is that? And how eerie is that? Either way, it was very, very tragic. There were more young people in the plane as well who passed away in the crash, and it's just extremely sad. But the interview part of it, where he said that he's dreamt it 3 times before. Excuse me. But either way, this video title reminded me of that. So I just wanted to share that because I thought that was so strange. And this is titled 10 Mysterious Coincidences That Can't Be Explained. I know this first thing was not like a coincidence, it was more like well, it could be called a coincidence, but I just thought it was so strange. It's very sad but strange at the same time. But yeah, so let's see what this video is about. What a depressing intro to the video, I'm sorry, but I just wanted to share that because I thought it was so strange.
I was in the sheriff's department in Miami County as a deputy.
I was deputy sheriff for 7 years.
Welcome to WatchMojo, and today we're looking at 10 creepy and bizarre coincidences that seemingly can't be explained through conventional means.
Because all the conventional theories don't make any sense.
The Curse of the Omen.
This is not a human child. Make no mistake.
Many horror movies are said to be cursed, but if one is actually cursed, it's The Omen. Lead actor Gregory Peck, executive producer Mace Neufeld, and writer David Seltzer were all in separate planes that were struck by lightning. And Neufeld and director Richard Donner narrowly missed bombings conducted by the IRA. But death is involved too.
When the Jews return to Zion, and a comet rips the sky, and the Holy Roman Empire rises, then you and I must die.
Peck.
I have never seen this movie, but I don't know if I would watch it after this neither, because
Peck's son took his own life shortly before filming began. An animal trainer was mauled to death by a tiger just 1 day after filming the safari scene. And maybe freakiest of all, special effects artist John Richardson was in a car crash with his assistant Liz Moore, and Moore died in the same gruesome manner as Keith, an effect that Richardson created for the film.
So?
Well, I just think it's a little unusual.
Left-handed presidents.
So what's left on this President's Day, or rather we should say, what's
yeah, that is, how can so much happen at the same time? Wow. Okay.
Left-handed presidents.
So what's left on this President's Day, or rather we should say, what's not left? One of the more peculiar attributes of modern presidents has been a pronounced tendency to be left-handed.
There are a weird amount of left-handed presidents. It's generally believed that 1 in 10 people are left-handed. This lines up with the rate of American presidents. Of the 45 chiefs, 7 were left-handed, for a rate of 15%. But it gets weird. There have been 14 presidents since the end of World War II, and 6 have been left-handed, for a staggering rate of 43%.
So, again, I want to thank everybody here who's done
I've never known that. That's kind of weird.
outstanding work, and I'm now going to use all these pens to sign it. I'm always happy when we pass bills.
Psychologists and biologists have tried explaining this phenomenon, but no one has a true answer. The leading theory is that left-handed people are right hemisphere dominant, meaning they are more prone to creativity, holistic thinking, and emotional processing. In other words, traits typically associated with leadership. Still doesn't explain the prevalence since World War II, though.
Is left-handed. No
I think we should look into this more.
one knows why lefties are so good at grabbing the Oval Office.
The miraculous recovery of the Endurance.
After about 2 weeks of searching in very difficult conditions, they found the wreck. The word endurance, as fitting a name as ever, still clearly visible on her stern.
Sometimes the world gives us such dramatic coincidences that we have to chalk it up to fate, or, some other kind of cosmic phenomena. Endurance was the ship that Ernest Shackleton sailed into Antarctica. Unfortunately, the ship got stuck in ice and sank on November 21st, 1915. Luckily, everyone survived. Endurance was considered lost for many years, but the wreck was finally found 10,000 feet into the Weddell Sea off the northwest coast of the continent. The date was March 5th, 2022, 100 years after Shackleton died on January 5th, 1922. If the discovery was exactly 2 months faster, it could have been made 100 years to the day.
The team leaves the wreck untouched. Endurance remains in its final resting place, a chilling monument to the singular courage of Ernest Shackleton and his men.
Abraham Lincoln and John F. Kennedy.
You see, there it is, even in that 2,000-year-old book of mechanical law. It is a self-evident truth that things which are equal to the same thing are equal to each other.
Both Abraham Lincoln and John F. Kennedy were elected to Congress exactly 100 years apart, 1846 and 1946. Both became president exactly 14 years later, in 1861 and 1961. Both were heavily involved in civil rights, with the Emancipation Proclamation and the Civil Rights Act of 1964.
2 years ago, I proclaimed these people emancipated. Then, thenceforward and forever free.
Both were assassinated on a Friday, and in the exact same manner, with a
What? That is weird.
shot to the back of the head. Both were succeeded by a Southern man named Johnson, with Andrew Johnson from North Carolina and Lyndon B. Johnson from Texas. And both of these Johnsons were born exactly 100 years apart.
No, that is so weird. That is super weird.
1808 and 1908. Something funky is going on with the timeline here, because that is an awful lot of coincidences.
Oh, this video is making me question reality.
Someone once told me time is a flat circle. Everything we've ever done or will do, we're gonna do over and over and over again.
John Adams and Thomas Jefferson.
That these colonies are, and of a right ought to be, free and independent states.
Some more creepy presidential coincidences occur between John Adams and Thomas Jefferson. Both men were instrumental in drafting and signing the Declaration of Independence in 1776, and both later became president, with Adams as the second and Jefferson as the third. Their friendship later soured due to political differences, but they reconciled before their deaths on July 4th, 1826. Yes, you heard that right. Both men died on the exact same day. And what's even weirder is that July 4th, 1826 was exactly 50 years after the signing of the Declaration of Independence. In fact, Jefferson's final words, "This is the 4th," was a proud acknowledgement of that fact. Now, if that's not a divinely poetic story about building a nation, we don't know what is.
It's the 4th.
Yes, sir.
Aztec myth turns real.
That's creepy. I don't know how to react to this. I don't know what to say.
Quetzalcoatl is a prominent Mesoamerican deity, a god associated with art, learning, and knowledge. There was a widespread belief in Aztec culture that Quetzalcoatl had been exiled and would one day return from the east to reclaim his land. According to some interpretations of Aztec calendars, the year 1 Reed was associated with Quetzalcoatl's return, and in 1519, the Spanish conquistador Hernán Cortés arrived in South America. As you can probably guess, 1519 was a 1 Reed year in the Aztec calendar. And just as the legend predicted, Cortés arrived from the east. Unfortunately, the prophecy also turned real, and the land was ravaged. Cortés brought with him disease, death, and destruction, resulting in the fall of the Aztec Empire. The Curse of Timur.
Listen to me, we have to do
Again, I have nothing to say. Just in awe.
Once this creature has been reborn, its curse is going to spread until the whole of the earth is destroyed.
Yeah? And is that my problem?
Well, it is everybody's problem.
Tamerlane, or Timur, was a 14th century Turco-Mongol conqueror, and his tomb in modern-day Uzbekistan is said to contain a terrible curse. In June of 1941, Soviet anthropologists opened the tomb on the orders of Joseph Stalin. In doing so, they defied some local protectors who claimed the tomb was cursed and that opening it would bring destruction.
You must not read from the book!
When they opened the tomb, the team experienced numerous technical difficulties, and just a few days later, Nazi Germany invaded the Soviet Union. This scared Stalin so badly that he ordered Timur be reburied in his tomb. He was returned in November 1942, and 5 weeks later, the Soviets won the Battle of Stalingrad, a pivotal victory that prevented Germany's invasion.
Okay, that could be a coincidence, too. That could be a coincidence. You know? But weird.
Komm, Dicke. Wir müssen ja die russischen Armeen binden, damit unseren Rücken frei hat. Ein Kessel ist zum Kochen da, bis das Fleisch gar ist.
The gyms.
The idea that we are all running round a track following some predetermined genetic script is repellent. But some twin stories really make you wonder.
The story.
I really like thinking of like all the alternatives to, you know, explain everything. And I think I have kind of like my own mind map of how things can be, you know? So I think these things are so interesting, but it's just so eerie to think about. And also usually people who have kind of figured out a lot of what's going on disappear in weird ways. I don't know if whatever I said just now made any sense. It made sense in my head. If it didn't make sense in reality, in what am I even talking about for real? I need to like reboot my brain. Didn't make any sense. Did it?
The story of the Jim twins is a fascinating tale of coincidence that has been studied by psychologists. That's how creepy it is. So, identical twins Jim Lewis and Jim Springer were separated at birth and didn't meet until they were 39 years old.
That man's an imposter. That man is the imposter. There can't be two Spider-Men.
When they did, they found that both had childhood dogs named Toy. Both had been married twice, first to women named Linda and then to women named Betty. Both had a son, and both sons were named James Allen. Both were heavy smokers, drove the same Chevrolet, worked in security, and vacationed at the same Florida beach. The story greatly influenced studies of nature versus nurture and genetics, but we're chalking this one up to a glitch in the matrix.
What is it?
A déjà vu is usually a glitch in the matrix. It happens when they change something.
Wait, that is so weird. Sorry. I had to stop for a while because I got a package earlier and Fendi was trying to eat it. But that's so eerie. That's kind of like if life was predetermined and for some reason it glitched and two people came with the same purpose rather than one. That's weird. Weird.
And genetics, but we're chalking this one up to a glitch in the Matrix.
What is it?
A deja vu is usually a glitch in the Matrix. It happens when they change something.
Shanti Devi.
Do you believe in reincarnation? I'll show you a good book that I'm reading.
Let us introduce you to Shanti Devi. The young Delhi girl claimed that she was reincarnated, that she came from the city of Mathura, that she was married to a man named Kedarnath, and that she had died 10 days after giving birth. When interviewed, she even used the Mathura dialect, which she should not have known.
Now, tell me, John, which of these things belong to you?
Tree?
No, John. Which of these things belong to you already?
A man named Kedarnath was found living in Mathura, and he had lost his wife 10 days after she gave birth. Nath was brought to Delhi under a guise, but Devi instantly recognized him and even knew intimate personal details about his life. And when Devi went to Mathura with Nath, she recognized her old family members. Now just what in the heck is going on here?
Although Keanu
Ooh, I don't know how this video is making me feel.
dies, he eventually gets reincarnated. So there's hope, but there's hope in reincarnation, I think.
Before we continue, be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. You have the option to be notified for occasional videos or all of them. If you're on your phone, make sure you go into settings and switch on your notifications. A cosmic coincidence.
And we just happen to be in the right place at the right time. And by that, we mean it in a cosmic sense. In fact, the American Astronomical Society calls our eclipses a cosmic coincidence.
The next time you're lucky enough to see a total solar eclipse, just take a minute and think about what an insane phenomenon it actually is. The moon, the sun, and the earth all combine to create the perfect conditions for a total eclipse, thanks to some startling, near-divine astronomy.
Its exact size is such that it gives us total eclipses. Its disk exactly covers the sun. And the chances of that occurring are so literally astronomically small. It's very disturbing.
The moon is about 400.
Wow. He looked like a man who knew what he was talking about. I believe him. Now I think it's disturbing as well. This video is so eerie, guys. Oh my goodness.
Actually small. It's very disturbing.
The moon is about 400 times smaller than the sun. So how can it completely obscure it during an eclipse? Because the moon is also 400 times closer to Earth than the sun is.
I'm so glad that I'm watching this video though, because now I have conversations to start with people. You know, an awkward moment, awkward silent moment in the elevator. I'll just be like, hey, did you know that there were twins that were born in different parts? And, you know, they were completely... These are interesting things, but yikes.
This amazing and precise coincidence makes the orbs nearly exactly the same size in the sky. Even astronomers and scientists are befuddled by this, chalking it up to mere cosmic chance.
It's just perfectly in that orbit to eclipse our sun. The odds of the moon being in that orbit accidentally are 1,000,000,000 to 1.
Do you think you have the answers? Let us know in the comments below.
This can't be just coincidence. It can't be.
Did you enjoy this video? Check out these other clips for more.
Oh, that was all? That was all? You're just gonna leave me like this? With my thoughts? No. That was creepy, guys. Let me know in the comments below your thoughts, please. And yeah, let's chat about it. And thank you guys for joining me for this video. I hope you liked it. Please leave a like, subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.